Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation, Asa Mahalla Panjwa. Asa Mahalla Panjwa, Jaise Kirsan Bovai Kirsani, Kachi Paki Bad Parani, Jo Janmai So Jano Muwa, गोविंद भगत अस्थिर है थिया रहाओ दिन ते सर पर पौसी रात रैन गई फिर होए प्रभात माया मोह सोए रहे अभागे गुर प्रसाद को विरला जागे कहो नानक गुण गाइए नीत मुख उजल होए निर्मल चीत कहो नानक गुण गाइए नीत मुख उज्जल होए निर्मल चीत जो जन्मै सो जानो मुआ गोविंद भगत अस्थिर है थिया रहाओ. So this is the Rahao, the central stanza here, the reflection. And the Guru says, understand this, know this to be true. Jo janmai so jano mua. What is born must die. So the Guru is pointing to the fear of death that we all experience, which is our existential fear. But the Guru assures us that that is the law, that is the way it is. Jo janmai so jano mua. Understand this and have no fear. But the point is, we do have the fear. How do we fix that? The Guru responds in the next line here. It says, Govind Bhagat asthir hai thiya. Govind Bhagat, the devotees, the servant devotees, the Bhagats of Govind, which is a metaphor for the self. Govind, the protector of earth. Asthir hai thiya. Asthir, stable. So here we have used the word unruffled, because only the servant devotee of the Govind self remains unruffled in the light of this knowledge that Jo janmai so jano mua. Why? Because it knows the self. It has identified itself with the self. It's realized its true, authentic nature. And the self never dies, nor is it born. Death, this coming and going, is simply an illusion of Maya. So you see, when you identify with the self, you remain unruffled by the prospect of death, fearless. And that is how you can, that is the way to live freely. That is liberation. Mukti. And then the Guru begins this passage by saying, Jaise Kirsan Bovai Kirsani. Gives us the analogy of a farmer sowing seed for a crop. Jaise Kirsan Bovai Kirsani. It's giving us an analogy, a comparison. Like a farmer sows seed for a crop, Kachi Paki Bard, then determines whether or not the time is ripe for cutting, for shearing it. And then Parani, Kachi Paki Bard, Parani. Parani is the breathing creature, humans, individuals, here in this context. Although animals are breathing creatures as well, we're speaking about the individual. So Kachi Paki Bard Parani, just like a farmer knows when the time is ripe, the Creator knows when the time is ripe to cut the crop of life. In other words, the Creator knows when to send death to this breathing creature called Prani. And again, assurance from the Guru. Din te sar par pausi raat, din te sar par. Just as surely night follows day, Rain gayi fir hoye prabhat, and the day dawns again when the night passes. So the Guru is saying this cycle of night and day just goes on. Just as day follows night and night follows day, death follows life, life follows death. Both are two sides of the same coin. Death allows life to happen, life makes way for death. Another way of looking at this process. But the unfortunate ones, Maya moh soye rahe apage. Apage, empty-handed, unfortunate. They remain asleep in spiritual ignorance. And that means that you really haven't tried to identify yourself authentically, that you remain immersed in the world play. You are living, in other words, in ego consciousness that determines itself to be an isolated center of experience, which it is not. So, but this realization is a rare one. Guru Prasad ko virle jagi. You need the grace of the Guru in order to awaken to this truth. So therefore, Guru Nanak says, let us sing to the glory of the self. Kaho Nanak gun gaye neet, singing to the glory of the self. You can understand this at multiple levels. One is to literally sing praises of the self, singing Gurbani, for instance. And that is part of the practice of a devotee, because it takes you into a transcendental space, if you will. You lose sight of time and space. You lose sight of your own ego when you are absorbed in singing. We've all experienced music. We get carried away, as it were. So that is very much a part of the practice of a devotee. Mukh ujjal hoye nirmal cheer. Now this is the other dimension of Gurbani. So Gurbani has to be sung with some understanding. And then the intellect will be illumined. Mukh ujjal. And the mind purified, meaning that the mind will expel or transform the ego. The ego will be developed and stretched to the point where it loses its identity and blends into a universal consciousness. It's no longer an ego system, it becomes an ecosystem. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.